And Mweli Masilela now standing by for a discussion on diplomatic immunity and other related issues. Mweli, take it away. Good morning. I mean, this has been one of the most big topics that might actually even have clouded the SADC summit. Take it away.
Good morning to you once again, Alicia. Yes, we are still coming to you live from the SADC summit here. Excuse me, in Pretoria. We're having a discussion mainly on the issue of Grace Mugabe. As you know, that it is one story that has been making headlines. We are going to get more from our foreign editor, Sophie Mkwena, who's joining me now. You have been following this story. What is the latest, perhaps, on the story?
Well, what I can do confirm is that indeed President Robert Mugabe and the First Lady Grace Mugabe, they are back in Harare. They left in early hours of this morning. They landed in Harare around 4 a.m. And now we are expecting President Robert Mugabe and Grace Mugabe to make their first public appearance together in Zimbabwe today at the funeral of one of the ZANU-PF veterans. And we are told that currently both President Robert Mugabe and the First Lady are currently at the hall where they are viewing the body of the ZANU-PF veteran leader. And also we expect the Vice President, Emmerson Mnangagwa, who was in South Africa also for medical treatment, to attend the same funeral. But fortunately we have our crew at the Heroes Acre in Harare, where the funeral is expected to take place around 12 o'clock. And indeed we'll have a first glimpse of Grace Mugabe since the much talked about incident in South Africa.
Yes, of course, in incidents like this, this issue of assault, alleged assault, we expect that there might be some diplomatic implications. In terms of diplomatic relations, what does it say between the two countries?
I think this matter has really put South Africa into a very difficult situation, because you know that the South African laws are very strict when coming to issues that are related to human rights and assault in particular, particularly directed at women. You are aware that many pressure groups, many individuals, high-profile people have called for action against First Lady Grace Mugabe. But unfortunately, because Grace Mugabe is not an ordinary citizen like myself and you, and because she is the First Lady, I think now the issue of diplomatic immunity was used to ensure that perhaps she goes back to South Africa. But we still want to hear from the international relations, how did they arrive at this decision? We know very well that the police service, they were on standby looking forward to do what they were supposed to do, to take her to court, but she then indicated to police service that she is going to hand herself, which didn't happen. And therefore there was this report that now the Zimbabwean authorities have presented a letter to international relations where the issue of the diplomatic immunity was proposed. And it means that indeed they did grant her diplomatic immunity. In fact, we did confirm earlier on when I arrived here, I spoke to people and they did confirm that that is the case. Now we are waiting to hear the formal announcement from the international relations or from the presidency. And I suspect it might happen later today or tomorrow.
But one other thing, people will want to know, can she still be charged, as we know that the Afro Forum is on this case?
It will depend. If investigations are done and perhaps the proper processes were not followed, I think people can still take the matter up. But we have to hear from the international relations, how did they arrive at this decision? And I guess that's where perhaps more information can be shared, and perhaps to look at whether what has been done is indeed in line with the laws of the country. If not, we are again in a situation that is similar to Omar al-Bashir. Would recall when he came here in South Africa for the African Union summit, the same problem arose because he was a wanted man. The ICC, all member countries who subscribe to the Rome Statute are compelled to arrest anyone who has been the ICC has issued a warrant of arrest against. Now we have the same problem now with Grace Mugabe. Therefore, we have to look at what the law provides, but also whether proper processes were followed. But for me, I want to hear what the international relations is going to say in terms of how did they arrive at this and what's the way forward. But I can assure you that I don't think this is the matter that perhaps South Africans will say, it's done, it's dusted, let's forget. I still suspect that many people would still want accountability.
Well, all the media houses were all here hoping that yesterday when the meeting was opening, we're going to see the First Lady of Zimbabwe. Of course, she wasn't there. What do you think happened? Was she perhaps advised, or was the President of Zimbabwe or South Africa per se advised to say she mustn't show up?
I think the SADC Secretariat is trying very hard to ensure that there's focus around the summit and what the summit hopes to achieve. But unfortunately, we have this Grace Mugabe issue. And I think it is for that reason, perhaps Zimbabweans themselves or the Secretariat or South African government advised her not to attend, because of course everybody was going to focus on her, and her not appearing yesterday, I think many journalists, we were disappointed, because all of us were looking forward to see her and perhaps to try and get a reaction from her in terms of what transpired, but she didn't show up.
If you can just now shift the focus just back to the proceedings here at the SADC summit, in terms of decisions that are going to be taken here, what resolutions can we perhaps expect?
You are aware that the main focus has been around peace and security and also trade and investment. I expect that later today, during the closing session, where media will be invited, the incoming chair, President Jacob Zuma, will share some light in terms of the resolution taken. But also the media briefing after the closing, President Zuma perhaps will be able to answer questions in terms of issues that are related to peace and security, particularly looking at the situation in the DRC and the implementation of the POMAP Commission that was tasked with the responsibility to try and find a solution in the Lesotho political impasse. And the issue of trade and investment, particularly regional integration, movement of people, goods and services, which is a thorny issue because some countries hold a different view, whether they did finally find a solution to that.
Well, as we've heard, that was our foreign editor, Sophie Mkwena, giving us a breakdown on quite a number of issues, especially that big story of the First Lady, Grace Mugabe, being granted diplomatic immunity. Of course, saying that this is not a story that we're expecting to die down soon, and also touching on what we can expect today. Well, we can go now for a break, and then Marumo will be back with sports.